Are you a veteran who is looking to improve your math and writing skills? Enroll in our VATS at Marywood University.
It's been about 7 years since I was in school, and upon completing the RVETS program, I feel that it really helped me with my confidence in taking courses here at Marywood University.
These are free, non-credit classes for veterans and their spouses. Use your new skills to get a job or go back to school.
So it is such a great opportunity, and I'm thankful for it.
Contact us to enroll in our VATS at Marywood University today.
For a veteran, the flash of a firework can be a flashback to war. While you're looking for the cereal, he's looking for an ambush. Our soldiers are leaving one battle and coming home to another. We're fighting a war against veteran suicide, and we're losing. In fact, 22 veterans take their own life each day. I know because I was almost one of them. I was U.S. Army paratrooper, Green Beret, eventually in Delta Force. I did 40 months of direct action combat. But I didn't come back the same man who had left 2 decades before. Everyone says, we're glad you're home safe. I wasn't. And many of our veterans are not. They're still at war. So this is your mission. Help us claim the 22. You can give our vets the hope and encouragement they need to get well. And it's as simple as a post or a tweet. Let's turn every 22 into a show of support. When you do, you're letting our vets know they have an army behind them. Let's win the war against veteran suicide.
Your mission begins at mission22.com.
Hi, I'm Todd O'Malley from the law offices of O'Malley and Langen. If I say the word tragedy, what do you think? Hurricanes, flooding, devastation on a huge scale. I'll bet not one of you thought work injury. And that's a problem in our society. Just because something happens one person at a time doesn't make it any less significant. Over 3.5 million people are injured or killed on the job every year, each an individual tragedy. If you've been hurt at work, your job, your family, your health, even your future could be at risk. Call O'Malley and Langen. You'll find there's a light at the end of the tunnel. We'll review your case, find that glimmer of hope, and fight back. If you're facing crippling medical bills, or they're forcing you back to work too soon, call O'Malley and Langen 24/7. Nights and weekends, one of our lawyers will answer the phone. Call 1-800-817-COMP. That's 1-800-817-2667. Good morning, and welcome to You Be the Judge. This week, we have back our guest, Magnus Johnson from Elderhart and Mission 22, talking about the tragedy of veteran suicide and what's being done to combat it. You've been a busy guy since you came up here to Scranton. You appeared on the Veterans Views for 3 segments, and we've done these segments of our show. When you leave here, you're going down to Philadelphia. What do you have planned down there?
Well, I'm going to get a look by the Union Bell, look at there's an open area there where the National Monument might be able to go. I'm going to talk with some different business owners in Philadelphia, try to recruit them and get them excited about our idea, which some of them already are, and just begin you to kind of keep grinding and make Elderhart Mission 22 make more connections. Terrific.
And we talked in the last show about the idea for these monuments around the country, and the first one that you did, where did you get the idea of using leaves? And we've got it up on the air. Tell me a little bit about how difficult it was to get that thing started.
Well, we got the idea from the town. The town was talking about wanting a leaf idea for their town. So we listened to what they said. And then we started coming up with different concepts. Some other companies were coming up with concepts. And eventually, you know, we came with a concept. We worked with the town council. We went through all the political process. And then we built on location a Southern Indiana iconic structure. It was a lengthy process politically, but that's just because they wanted the best thing that they could get for their town.
Fact of the matter is, this work is done not only by your group, but by local artists as well?
Yeah, we recruited local artists to be a part of it. If you participate in something, there's a little bit of ownership. And so the nature of our program is to get the town, get the local artists, get the local community to come and be a part of it. I don't want to make a big division between veterans and community. I want that to all be one people.
And I think that's really important. We talked about that a little bit last night. Now, the idea of the circle with the 22 veterans a day on it, where did that come from?
That came from a think tank. There's not one sole person that has responsible ownership for that sculpture. It came out of a think tank, and this is what our final product was. About 15 people working on all these different concepts, and that's the final design. And
now the next step is to get the funding in place to build it and to get it in the right place. Now, would you build that on site, or would it be built somewhere else and transported into, say, Philadelphia or New York or Boston?
Well, we'd cut out we'll cut out the silhouettes in Indiana, and then we're going to bring the silhouettes to whatever spot like Philly or Boston that we can. And then we're going to build it on site with the landscape and the infrastructure, the lighting, and then with a crane and lower them in and install them. That'll be done on location.
And the work that you're doing is just in its early stages. So if someone wants to volunteer and get involved, what's the best way for them to do that?
If you want to wear a Mission 22 shirt and help spread awareness about veteran suicide at 22 a day, you go to mission22.com. If you're interested in doing a local memorial or art project, you go to elderheart.org.
And that's all you need to do?
That's it. Email us. One of us will get back with you, and we'll pursue the ideas and make something happen.
When we come back, I want to talk to you a little bit about what are the next steps? Where do we go from here? And how do you envision Elder Heart and Mission 22 growing? So please stay tuned, and you be the judge. Todd O'Malley here from O'Malley and Langen. If you're used to wearing these, and now you're stuck home wearing these, you may have a disability that prevents you from working. Call us at O'Malley and Langen. We can help you get the Social Security benefits that you've earned.
Have you been denied Social Security benefits? You can appeal. If you are disabled and if you have been paying taxes, you've earned your rights to your Social Security benefits. Call O'Malley and Langen. And remember, we don't get paid unless you win.
The one thing that as veterans and as warriors that we are not used to doing is asking for help. You know, we're the ones that go out and protect and keep. Well, a lot of people say there's veteran issues that are going on. There's not any veteran issues, there's American issues.
We're in Nashville, Indiana, and it's between two state parks, and it's famous for its fall leaves. There's 3 million tourists that come here a year. It's an old art colony. Because a lot of people might not know about veterans issues, might not care. But if they're coming here to look at fall leaves, we got the biggest leaves in town, right?
Then Magnus came, he left North Carolina, came to live here in Nashville, and he started working with Jim, who's the lead artist, just him and Jim.
Joe's coming. Magnus and I had been working on this Elder Heart idea. To me, that's the true beauty of art. You know, it's like maybe we can change society some bit to look at something different.
Large-scale art is heavy duty. It's a job. I like that freedom of it. But then when I realized that people liked what I was doing, and then they wanted to put it in public places, I knew I could attach our message with them, and people would listen. So we're building a 20-foot tall leaf sculpture with 22 leaves made by veterans and local artists and given to the town. And associated with that is a plaque of gratitude and facts of what's going on with American warriors today.
The plaques that are going to be on this that are stating that 22 veterans are committing suicide every single day. Every day. That's horrible. Why do people not know that?
You know, the suicide rate is a real number, and the 22 is just at the bottom spectrum, and it's unacceptable, and that's what the town here has said with this monument. You know, we will not let them go quietly into the darkness.
It's going to be the most significant art piece that this town's had in quite some time.
I've been involved in a lot of things. Look, I'm going to cry again. I've been involved in a lot of things in the county, and I've never seen anything come together like this at all.
I think it brings awareness. If they stop long enough to read the plaque and see what it's about, it'll make them think, I would hope.
This, I hope, is the first of many different communities he's able to do this for. And it is such a positive thing for the community. It's a fantastic thing for the veterans. The guys that really need it are coming home and need to have the community welcome them in.
Start right here.
All right.
Talk about all the stops here. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I have seen from the last year since Elder Heart's been created, this blossom from an idea of these, group of guys that got together that had this problem for themselves, and it really, you see the trickles moving out where they touch one person and then another.
Man, I think we're on to something. I think we got something here with some substance, and I think we're going to be able to do more.
Had people from all different walks of life in the community come and make this thing happen. And well, today it is fitting of the name Soaring. I'm very proud to be here. I'm very humbled to be here, and I have a deep sense of gratitude for everyone in this crowd that made this happen. Thank you.
For as long as that piece is there, the town's going to know that warriors had a hand in their culture. Not only protecting it, but also enhancing it.
Hi, I'm Todd O'Malley with the law offices of O'Malley and Langan. If I say the phrase life-changing experience, what do you think? Getting married, having a baby, buying a home, all good things. I'll bet you didn't think work injury, and that's a problem with our society. Many people just don't understand that being injured on the job and unable to work can change everything. It can destroy your earning power, hurt your family, damage your health. If you've been hurt at work, call O'Malley and Langan. You'll find there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Our lawyers will find that glimmer of hope and fight back. If you're afraid to make waves, scared of losing your job altogether, call O'Malley and Langan 24/7. Nights and weekends, one of our lawyers will answer the phone. So call 1-800-817-COMP. That's 1-800-817-2667. And remember, we don't get paid unless you win.